Is your child ready for preschool? Well, whether to enroll your child in preschool can be a big decision, and there are several determining factors. Our relationship consultant, Barbara Czinger, has a few suggestions to help parents make that very important decision. Good morning, Barbara.
Good morning. How are you?
So good to have you back. Important thing, because you know a lot of people question: is there a perfect age for parents to actually enroll their kids in preschool or daycare? Is there a perfect age?
Well, I think that daycare sometimes is born out of necessity. You know, if everybody works, then you know the kids have to go to daycare for at least maybe 1 to 3 days a week. But preschool is a little bit different with respect to the age range. And so you can start your child really young in preschool, like a year old or
that young,
you know,
really?
Yeah, but it kind of depends on the maturity of your child.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. How far along emotionally or cognitively should a child actually be before they go to any kind of school?
Well, I think children have to be aware of other children as well as other people before they are able to go to school. You know, if you have a child that you've never, you know, kind of let out.
Yeah, exactly. And they've only been around adults.
And they've only been around you, then, you know, you have to socialize them before you are able to take them into a social setting and then leave them and walk away.
See, I always wondered, would socializing them mean they have to go there first to gain that perspective of being around other little kids, or do they do that in the home by bringing in family members and friends? You think at home first? I
think at home first. You know, if you are an only child and your parents all of a sudden, you know, go to work and dump you off at daycare, they're like, see ya.
You know, and it happens.
It does. I think it's really difficult for the child to understand that it is okay. You know, and that mom and dad will be back, and that's hard.
Well, we're talking a little bit about emotionally trained and emotionally ready, but what about physically? I mean, I know that most schools actually do require that the kids be potty trained, so is that a necessity?
Well, yes and no. You know, if it's a daycare, it's not a necessity.
It's not. Okay, so daycare, no.
Right, but generally if it is preschool where there, in theory, is learning and education involved, then there should be, you know, time for potty and time for nap and time for learning and that kind of thing. So children should at least be more aware of potty training, maybe not necessarily totally potty trained.
Well, you mentioned something before. You said a lot of the kids, when they go to preschool, because of their parents' schedules, they are only going maybe a couple days a week. Is that really the case on a typical way, or do they go is it better to go every day? I mean, what do you recommend?
It just depends on the child, and it also depends on how the parents schedules are, you know, involved. So sometimes the parents are off on a Monday or a Tuesday, and the child can stay you know, could stay at preschool for half a day or come home or whatever. So it's important to have a schedule. But the schedule doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter if it's a day or 5 days. It's just important to keep the schedule so that your child is on a schedule and understands
routine and the daily schedule for them. Well, okay, so let's get to the nitty-gritty here. What are the positive and the negative responses to school that a parent should actually look for specifically?
Well, for the school, like if you are going to go and you're going to look at a school, you know, you should look at parents dropping off their kids. You should look at how the teacher approaches your child when they come in. You know, is it, you know, hi little Susie, how are you? Or is it, come on in, sit down? You know, so you should look at the school's kind of attitude. You should also, as a parent, be able to drop in anytime you want without notice. And the school should be like, oh, hey, sure, come on in, see what we're doing today. We've talked about this, we've talked about that. We're doing colors, we're doing, you know, alphabet, whatever. So the school should not be afraid or feel like it's an intrusion when you go there.
So these are the things that the parents should look for. Now, as far as the kids go, when a parent wants to present to their child, we're going to start preschool, how should they do that? What's the best way to interact with their child on that note?
Excitement. You know, excitement, excitement, excitement. You want to talk to your kids and talk it up, and hey, you're going to see new people and you're going to meet new friends, and you know, we're all going to have great things to talk about, because when your child comes home that day, you know, they're going to have things to talk about. And that's going to be great, you know, because they're going to be, oh, you know, we colored today, or you know, we draw, or we did this.
So treat it like an adventure for their kids. Like tell them, we've got a great new adventure for you. See, that's great. Now, we have to be realistic. There are going to be times where preschool isn't really working out for the kids and the parents. So when is it appropriate to try it again?
Well, it depends, I think, also on your child's maturity, as well as, again, you know, your inability or ability to not have them stay there for a long period of time. So if, you know, if your child just isn't fitting in and isn't comfortable and is really unhappy, you know, then it's okay to take them out. And you as a parent know, you know, maybe I'll try again, or, you know, little Susie keeps talking about school, so let's put her back in.
Okay, and then to bring it back up again, you would just kind of do it the same way you did it last time, as a real positive excitement thing?
Yeah, remember when you went to school and you know how you had fun, and even if they didn't have fun, you know how you had fun?
Right, remind them that they did, and then somehow they'll remember. And let's tell our viewers how they can contact you, Barbara.
Okay, great.
Santa Fe Zen, of course, is located in, believe it or not, Santa Fe. You can call 505-216-6770 to make an appointment with Barbara, and you can also check out the website at santafezen.com. Thank you so much. Great tips as always, and we'll be having you back soon to talk about relationships. That's coming up in a very short future for us, so something to tease. Relationships, teasing. I tried to pair it all together. And stay with us. Coming up in our next half hour, lots of things going on. We'll tell you where to meet Brad Pitt for real. And we're kissing hunger goodbye with the Junior League, and find out also what's cooking at the delicious Cypress Grill.